Hey YouTube! So, back to the buckfastercasters. I've been doing my experimenting again. I've been kind of missing it a little bit, doing stupid stuff. So, yes, so just a 3 pickup strap as usual. So what you can see I've done with this one is I've blanked out these 2 pickup holes and I've wired the 3 of these together as a humbucker. And you needed special pickups that were a different shape to, well, literally glue them together to make that. So what we have here is a tripleBUCKer, or tripleBUCKfaster. Oh, I should maybe have written that on the back of the neck. So this is buckcaster number 31. Got some new things in it. So 1 pickup, sort of. It's acting as 1 pickup. This is a 3-way lever. Fully down gives you single coil. This one, I did this intentionally, not by accident. This one in the middle is these 2 as a dual coil humbucker, and if you put it into the what would normally be the neck position, you get a tripleBUCKer. Master volume, master tone, new idea which I stole from my pal's Reverend guitar. Was it the Reverend guitar or was it Yamaha? I can't remember. It's a high pass filter. So a normal tone control is a low pass filter. This is a high pass. So instead of a normal tone control, it sucks out the treble. So if you turn it all the way down, it gets dead bassy. On this one, if it sucks out the bass. So if you turn it all the way down, it gets dead trebly. Just try to give it something interesting. So as far as I'm aware, this guitar doesn't exist anywhere else. A decent wee. It was actually in very good condition. It was borderline whether I just sold it, but then it would just have been it was just a red Strat, or it was a sort of burgundy Strat, whereas at least now it's a buckcaster, so it's got some character. But it's in very good condition. No thing's ever been played. It's got the decent type of tuners on it, which were stock. Not much to it. I don't actually have a tremolo arm, but for this one, there's no reason why it wouldn't work. I just tightened it up, so it's effectively a hardtail. I figured the triple pickup and having a couple of extra knobs is going to be enough for that. So let's see what it sounds like. So my reason for doing it backwards as such was if you use this pickup, the bridgemost one, it's a very, very trebly thin sound because you're so close to the bridge. So I figured if you're on single coil, you're going to want a single coil sound, but you don't want a pure super thin single coil. So I figured there it's kind of a little bit more. So playing through Laney VC15, it's coming through that cabinet. There's no pedals on just now. So this is everything at full and listening to just a single coil. Yeah, so this is the. So I'm taking the trebliest one and taking all the bass away, so it doesn't do as much. Quite a good acoustic-y sound actually. Bass back in again. See this is getting fitted to more guitars. And then humbucker, which is these 2, the middle coil and the sort of neckmost one. And I've used the treble control. See? Full bass. Take it off a wee bit. And then tripleBUCKer. So it's all 3 on. I don't know how well this is getting picked up, but it is it's not 3 times as loud, but it's significantly louder in tripleBUCKer mode. It's like 3 steps of. But the reason I actually did this guitar was because see when you've got like a tripleBUCKer, or I make my I put in the sort of making, what do you call it, humbucker switch, when you can wire things in series and stuff, like where the pickups are where they normally are. It does tend to get quite muddy. So I thought being able to suck the bass out might be a really interesting thing. I was kind of thinking this was going to end up being a heavy metal one. The other buckfastercaster I'm building will have to be the heavy metal one. It's not sounding particularly. It seems very usable. And if you turn down the bass all the way, and then turn down the treble all the way, it should practically turn off the guitar. So basically, if you think about it as a frequency graph, one of them's reducing this much. This is your bass control, and this is your treble control. Not the right way around. So it's like when you've got them both up full, you just end up with this wee bit of music in the middle, wee bit of sound, which isn't very much. That's me reintroducing the treble, reintroducing the bass. Jamboree? What was that? Distortion. Bass off. Bass back up. Just humbucker. Second coil. Not a tune, just me playing badly. Plus pedal. Humbucker. tripleBUCKer. I think the fuzz pedal is one of those things that you can just basically stick anything into a fuzz pedal, it always sounds the same. So try the rat pedal to get a bit more. Yeah, so I'm loving the high pass filter. It's a great toy which I shall be fitting to Strats from now on. Kind of really what a Strat should have. I'm thinking about it. I mean, I've only really just started playing this morning. But, you know, I always thought that having the two-tone controls was a bit silly on a Strat. You know, it's like that obviously on a Strat normally this is the neck tone and this is the middle tone and there is no bridge tone, so it's kind of always seemed a bit of a strange layout to me, whereas if you've just got a master tone and then the high pass filter, then a Strat makes a bit more sense. Quite an easy mod to do as well. I take it back about this not being metal, it totally is. Because you get 3 coils, it makes it a very powerful pickup. Taking out the bass. It's a really weird sensation because the treble stays exactly the same, so it doesn't really change the sound, it just takes away the bass. I think it's more noticeable when it's on clean though, what it's doing. Yeah, so there's your the tripleBUCKer, which is a very powerful, probably actually almost drive that, kind of almost driving the amp with it. Roll off the treble though, or the bass even. Variable. Back to the stack in the box, I think it was the best distortion for this guitar. Sound. Yeah, so there we go, Bucky number 31. This was a very nice guitar to start with. This will be a bit more expensive than normal, just because it's so nice. It's because I've got, obviously most of my guitars are ancient. You know, what I consider to be a good condition neck probably does still have some dinks in it, so it's really quite weird getting one that's got absolutely no blemishes in it at all. So it's absolutely brand spanking new feeling as the back of the neck. Decent frets on this as well. It would be a nice guitar if someone had rearranged the pickups and painted it green and yellow and stuck a Bucky label. Interesting, this is very limited edition because see where it says tonic wine. Can I get to focus on it? Normally I pull it away just as it's getting in focus, it's just never going to focus on it. Yeah, but below where it says Buckfast tonic wine, it says does not imply medicinal or health giving properties. The name tonic wine does not imply health giving or medicinal properties. That's no longer on bottles of Bucky. I'm going to pick up this bottle of Bucky here and it's going to be on it. No, see, it's not on it anymore. So these are rare so maybe tonic wine now does imply health giving or medicinal properties. If it was a bit clever, I'd probably put in rock. So in there does not imply rock giving properties or something because it's a guitar. But there we go. Going for sale tonight. I don't know whether I'll put it on Facebook or I'll put it on my Facebook site. I don't know. These things don't normally last very long, so if you want it, I'd buy it probably quite quick. Although I don't know how many people are gonna. I mean, having a tripleBUCKer one pickup guitar appeals to me. Doesn't appeal to everybody though. These are I make all these guitars differently, more as an excuse to try silly experiments. So I mean, when something like this works, which this one has, it's like, yeah, but I'm not stuck with it. So when it doesn't work, I don't get stuck with, when I decide, I think I'll put 7 pickups on this guitar. I'm more just curious to see what a guitar with 7 pickups sounds like because they don't exist. So I use that as an excuse, and then I can sell it, which means I don't get stuck with all these. I mean, as I said, all the buckcasters are different. I think there's maybe only a couple that don't have. I think I remember doing one that was a standard Strat. It was like the old. So it's unique in its fact that it doesn't have any stupid switches in it or any crazy moving around stuff. So this is certainly interesting. I should be playing these when I'm in the studio with the band. Actually, I should make one for myself. Eventually, I will make one for myself. I think. Once gigging starts up again next year, hopefully, I'll maybe look up some buckcasters because it'd be good advertising for me. You know what I mean, I don't know if I could play gigs wearing the Mad Malcolm Guitars T-shirt, but I could play a couple of songs on the buckcaster. People will ask, or maybe just sell it at the end of the gig. Just make a point of every time I'm doing a gig, I'll just take a new buckcaster and then sell it at the gig. But a decent guitar would do as it. I mean, say it's a beginner's guitar, not really. You could gig this. And it does things which no other guitar will do because I can't think of any other guitar that's got a tripleBUCKer. There's one called the original Ibanez Iceman had a triple coil pickup like this in the bridge. I used to have a picture of it on my wall. So, okay, tripleBUCKers do exist at some point, but they never really took off. Partly because I think they're just really muddy. Not when I've got different types of distortion, but you got it. So it's quite a muddy. I bet you this is when I wish I had my what does that other fuzz pedal sound like with it? Wish I had my micro metal muff plugged in, so I'd go for some really heavy distortion. I think like a really high output pickup. This is probably going to be able to do your Metallicas and Slayers quite well because it's so high output. All my fuzzies are sort of 60s fuzz. I've got both plus pedals on, by the way, which you can probably hear if I go near the amp. It does sound a bit weird though. Single coil that were on that for ages. Okay, so I went on for an extra 10 minutes of jamming there, just got a bit carried away. So buckfastercaster coming up soon, just going to go out and take photos of it now before it starts raining. Rock on!